We have never been more connected. Nearly everyone we have ever known is within reach, yet we have never felt so deeply detached from one another. Especially motherhood, which can feel so lonely, making us slip into depression every now and then. We know we could talk to someone who'd understand, who'd make us feel better. So, why does old school human interaction feel like such a chore? How did something so simple start feeling so difficult? Where did we go wrong? Hey, mommies! We know you're tired and you're here for a reason.
We are two moms just looking to unwind after a long day. So come join our rants and let's make this journey a little less lonely, one episode at a time.
Welcome to our podcast, Mom vs. World. Have you ever felt like you are stuck in a well, screaming out for help, and nobody can hear you? That's how I sometimes feel, especially being a stay at home mom, staying alone with my child all day, no adult to talk to. Even if I'm having a rough day or an emotional breakdown, obviously my son is oblivious to all that. He is in his own world, throwing his usual tantrums. Even if I'm just sitting there and crying, he's just doing his own thing. And I feel so alone and invisible at such times.
Yeah, I know, right? I used to enjoy solitude a lot and I still do, but then it feels like in a very different way. Back then solitude was like something you chose to walk away from your friends or family, go somewhere or sit somewhere or lock yourself in your room and just have your me time. Now that feels like a luxury and it's not of your choice. It's like somewhere somebody will just throw a tiny gift at you, like this 5 minutes or 10 minutes of me time. And I think those are the moments where I feel least lonely. I feel so like, oh my God, I have myself to me. So I'm not lonely. You know what I mean?
I have come to such desperate situations where my maid comes and she's the only one I have conversation, like an adult conversation with. And I start
Yeah.
talking to her. What's happening with my son and what am I feeling?
I used to hear that a lot that, oh my God, my best friend is my maid. You know, some aunties say that when we were younger. And I would think, seriously? And now I really get that because that's the one person who comes to your house and talks to you.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just a conversation, an adult conversation that has no strings attached.
And maybe in olden days, people used to interact with neighbors and they used to be much more connected that
Yeah,
way.
right. I can imagine that scene, women connecting through compound
Yeah.
walls, sharing something.
Yeah, and most women were at home back then. So
Huh.
I remember I stayed at grandmom's house for a year or so when I was very little. And it was an independent house, and there were neighbors on the left side, on the right side, and the house behind our house. And everybody used to love me as a child. Like, they used to pitch in and help grandmom take care of me. Like, they used to spend time with me. They used to take me to their house, like play with me, give me food and all that. Like, there used to be a lot of participation from everybody around the house.
That sounds so nice.
Yeah.
I really wish we could have something like that now.
True. And
Yeah.
now, I mean, even we don't have the patience or the energy to entertain anybody else's kids. That's how we have become now.
I can't imagine just taking up some kid, bringing him or her to my house, and then
Yeah.
managing both the kids by myself. I
And
can't
even before becoming a mom, also, these days we have so many things to do that
Yeah.
we wouldn't just spend our time to entertain somebody else's kid,
Yeah,
right?
I think lately it's more like I would rather just
Watch TV
unwind
or
and scroll on my phone or something than interact with anybody.
Yeah, what have we become?
Human communication has certain ties, certain drawbacks. There are some rules or whatever it is, right? And scrolling on your phone or watching TV alone has no bounds.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want, watch whatever you want, and everything is catered to you, right?
Yeah. You can browse whatever you want. You can learn.
Yeah,
You
they
can,
target
yeah.
the exact same stuff that you want to see. It's kind of sad that our solitude is being spent like this. And I think that's why we are more depressed, because we've been cut off from actual human
Yeah.
interaction that adds value to life.
True. And we do that to ourselves.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just so much more convenient.
I have a neighbor who is a little old style. She's from a village and she always tries to talk to me and know what I'm doing every day, what I'm cooking and all that. I find that very intrusive. Or why does she want to know what I'm cooking every single day? Like, I get irritated. But
Huh.
sometimes, when there's nobody, like she was not there for a month, she went on a trip. And I was like, oh, at least she was asking me what I'm doing. Now there's nobody.
See, we can imagine this scene being very happy and pleasant in our mom's time, like them chatting up every day through, they'll just sit on the veranda
Yeah.
or in the corridor and then just chat about every day, like what they're cooking, what they're doing, what their kids have done. And for them, it was very unwinding and very pleasant. But I wonder at what point did we convince ourselves, especially us city women, have convinced ourselves that this is a bad thing?
Yeah.
Where did it change? At what point did that just flip? I think again back to blaming phones and screens.
We think I would rather spend time on something else unless it is providing some value to me. I'm not going to waste my time on that. That's how we become.
Yeah, I think it's because human interactions come with, like, you have to maintain it. You have to put in work. You have to remember stuff.
Yeah.
And then if there is any bad qualities or some quirks or something that you don't enjoy, you have to put up with those. I think it's like these things have taken away. Oh, you don't have to put up with any of that. Just
And we would rather talk to somebody on text or something instead of a face-to-face interaction.
I know, right? Oh my God. I do not like calls. I want them to text me first or plan. And I would rather just let things go in chat. If it's something small, just text me about it. I thought I am a bit introverty and also I feel like that. But apparently a lot of people feel the exact same way. I found out. It's that weird kind of not loneliness is leading us into this depression. And I think everybody's using the word depression so casually, so it doesn't feel like an epidemic, but I think it is, right? Because we all feel that so deeply and we don't know what to do with it.
A few years back, when me and my husband went on a trip into some interiors in Kerala, we had nothing to do. Okay, we didn't have our son that time, so we were just observing people just like that, and we noticed old people who are just sitting on a road doing nothing, just looking at the road, which is not even busy. We keep thinking, how could they just sit and do nothing? They're just sitting and looking at the sky, or and even if we notice, if we go to our villages, it's the same thing. A little aged people, they just sit outside the house, that veranda, like neighbors or 4-5 uncles or aunties, and doing nothing. They're not even talking most of the time, they're just staring at nothing. And if you or me try to do that, we cannot do it.
Our hand will slip into our pocket and grab our phone immediately.
And even if somebody takes off the phone from you, you will go restless, you will go mad. Like, you can't just sit and do nothing.
True.
That is how incapable we are becoming.
I think that's a superpower, to be able to sit and do nothing in these days. Even I remember those scenes that you have described, whenever we go on trips, like on long drives and all, when we go through those tourist places in villages and all, you see those little houses dotting the forests here and there, and you see people just sitting in their yard in the front and just doing their very casual stuff that is not very stimulating, something very, very mundane, and it looks like, wow, that's so peaceful. But if we were put in that, we would not be peaceful. We would, like you said, we would be restless.
We went to Goa a few months back, and I was telling my husband, if there is a beach, I can sit for hours without doing anything. I told him that, and he had a surfing class. and my son was asleep on the sand only. I was on the beach.
Right.
I can't go anywhere because my son was sleeping. But I told I can just sit here and watch the waves. That's I love that. I love doing
Right.
that. And he went to the class, and my phone got switched off. Okay, it was out of charge.
Okay.
And then, okay, I thought I'll enjoy the waves and water. And I did that for 10 minutes hardly. And then I got so bored. I was just like, when every minute felt like an hour. Like, where is my husband? Why is he not coming? I'm just looking at the time. And it was so difficult to pass that 1 hour without doing anything. Oh my
Yeah.
God. Then I thought, okay, I have to learn to do that.
Yeah. I mean, this is a serious crisis that a lot of people are facing. And especially if you think about mothers, I don't think we get to use our phones as much as we would if we were not moms and have that much time. But then right now we don't get to use it that much, but every opportunity we
Yeah.
get, we jump at it. And for us, it feels like some kind of unwinding, but I think we are just stimulating ourselves unnecessarily and stressing ourselves more. If you
Yeah,
can
yeah,
relate to this or not. Every time I get that little gap, I sit and I look up something, and then the point of this scrolling is that it's never ending, right? There's always content,
Yeah.
there's always some content. And if my child comes, even after 5 or 10 minutes, I'll be like, wait, let me just finish this, give me like 2 minutes. But then it's already been 5-10 minutes. But then in my head, I'm feeling like, oh my God, let me just finish doing this. And then sometimes I just look up and like, what the hell am I doing? Why do I need to finish this?
The
This is not
media
going
we
to finish. This is not a
consume
task.
is wild. 1 second, I'm watching someone travel across the world. The next post is about some health and fitness goals that I'm unable to reach. I mean, Instagram doesn't just mess with our time, it messes with our emotions.
Yeah.
One swipe, I feel inspired. Another swipe, I feel guilty. And 2 swipes later, I'm just numb.
Yeah, we are just convinced unknowingly that we need more of
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
We need to get to the next post. Otherwise, we are missing
It's
out on
like
more
a
information.
buffet nobody asked for. Joy, sadness, envy, anxiety, motivation, all dumped on the same plate.
Yeah.
And no wonder we feel so emotionally exhausted.
I think the solution we give ourselves is that you just go back and do some more of that.
Yeah. How
Because
to
you
do
want to
that?
get out of that feeling of, oh my God, I know I can't do this. I know I can't start this healthy
Yeah.
routine,
Let me
change,
watch
flip
somebody do
everything.
that.
Yeah,
At
so
least.
exactly. I'm gonna watch somebody do that. That's just so much easier.
That's the reason cleaning videos have become so popular, right?
Oh
Those
yeah, they're so
house cleaning
satisfying
videos.
to watch.
When we can't do it, we'll just be satisfied with somebody
Yeah.
else doing it.
Yeah. We underestimate what role our hormones and our subconscious plays on making us take decisions, like everyday decisions.
yeah.
It's crazy. We just believing that we are in a midlife crisis or something, but in a way, on some other perspective, we are having great lives. We have kids, we have a marriage, so that we have somebody to look forward to. We are going on trips. We have our own place to clean up.
Yeah.
And I mean, not to underestimate a mom's struggle. Of course, a mom's life is extremely hard, but then on the other side of the coin is the
That's all
rewarding
we
part of
dreamt
it.
of. a few
Yeah, the
years
rewarding
back.
part of it,
Yeah.
which we are not enjoying. Among
Right.
all the struggle, there is that one good part, but then we are using that time to do something else that is more stressful, and it's a downward spiral. How many of us moms are taking the reward out of motherhood as we should?
Yeah, none of us are satisfied with anything anymore. Whatever we achieve, we feel like we want more, like we want something else.
Yeah.
We are doing a good job as mothers. We are successfully raising happy, healthy children. But the social media makes us feel like we are not doing enough. Like we see other mothers who are also working or who are also traveling or who are raising like 5
Yeah.
children. And we feel like we are just doing some bare minimum.
And we just find these ugly shortcuts that just lead us more into depression and loneliness and makes it feel like you're stuck somewhere in life. But I think we're
Yeah.
making a lot of progress which we're not giving credit for,
Yeah,
right?
there is a live progress, your child.
Yeah,
But
exactly. And first of all, the world, the society has taken out that reward out of motherhood, making it seem like
yeah,
motherhood is not a big deal, that it's not so much work, that
yeah,
it's
children just grow up
yeah,
on
on
their
their
own.
own like plans. I wonder where that point is, where we can get out of it, where we feel satisfied with a daily routine, a normal, slightly imperfect day, and we'd be
Yeah, I
satisfied with that.
seriously wish we could get out of this validation loop and be happy with whatever we are doing.
There was a period of time, few months, where was hell bent on stopping consuming any media outside, cut down on my scrolling time. What we're doing right now, I like listening to podcasts still. I like doing this. And so these things are very low stimulating. They kind of add some value, give you some information in a very
Yeah.
sane way, not like overwhelming you and all that, right? So those things I
Yeah,
like. So I just limited myself to these things, and it really, really started to feel good. But then it was so easy to flip back into this routine. Okay. I was really enjoying that. Oh my God, this feels so good. And I was sleeping so much better. I was a lot less depressed, and everything seemed like it was falling into place. I didn't need that much coffee, all of that, right? And then slowly it's just someday I'm having a bad day. I'm just going to open this one time a day, a few
Yeah.
times a day. And then now I'm back on where I was before I started doing that. And I think that reminds me to say that it has to be everyday effort to keep your mind clean and healthy, and that's how we steer clear of this so-called loneliness and depression that we are diving into ourselves.
Maybe if we continue to do that for a long period of time, like for a month or so, maybe we'll eventually start losing interest.
No, but see, that's what I'm telling you. That's what happened to me the last time. I have done it for a few weeks. Like I've done it for more than a month. And then I slipped. That's how any kind of addiction works. There will be a relapse. It's just that we don't see phone as an addiction as much as we do for smoking or anything else like sugar or whatever it is. So we don't give it as much credit. We underestimate how easy it is for us to fall back on that. So we think if I do it for a month, my body will get used to it, and then you're done. But then we have access to that. It's in our face all the time. So
Yeah,
we cannot avoid it. So it cannot be just a month. It has to be, you have to tell yourself that you
more
have to do
than
it for the rest of your life. You have to fight this, which sounds very
Yeah.
harsh, but that is the harsh truth, For the rest of
Yeah.
our lives, we have to fight these wrong influences and brainwashing, media, advertising, everything that are just trying to get us to consume things that are not adding value to our life, to our family.
You know, my husband doesn't have a social media
Oh, right.
account.
Yeah. I remember. That's crazy.
Now I'm thinking he's a much happier person than me. He
I
is.
bet he feels a lot less lonely than you.
Yeah. Until date, he never said he was feeling low or lonely. I am the one who's just having all the mood swings. And he's just sane most of the time. And now I realize maybe that is because
Seriously, I think.
of the absence of social media in his life.
Yeah.
Of course, he has another addiction, that is consuming news.
Right.
The entire time. It is not as stimulating as this, but kind of,
Yeah.
yeah. But I can surely say he's in a much happier place than I am, for sure. And that's the
Yeah.
biggest difference.
It's kind of streamlined. You know that it's news. But yeah, what we see is nothing like that, right?
Yeah, most of it is not even true.
Yeah, it's just content, mind-numbing content.
Yeah, the content creators are at least making money out of it.
Yeah.
But the content consumers are losing what they had, time and mental peace.
Yeah, we often don't realize how much time and how much of our peace we lose to our phones. For many of us, especially moms, it becomes the easy place to turn to for comfort. But if we're honest, it rarely gives us what we're actually looking for, because we want to unwind, and that's not the way to go, right? The real comfort comes from connection in the end. And yes, I know sometimes our husbands aren't the most emotionally expressive. They have their own rhythms, like They watch the news, the sports, and they have their family time in their own way. But even if they don't take the initiative, we can create those little spaces of togetherness. It doesn't have to be grand. Maybe it's a simple date night at home, maybe once a week or every couple of weeks. We put the screen away and just sit together. No distractions, no noise, just a chance to talk, laugh, and be present. At first, it might feel unnecessary, even awkward. You'll wonder, we see each other all the time. Why does this matter right now? But when you start doing it, you'll notice how much lighter your mind feels, how much calmer your heart becomes. Slowly, that sense of peace and connection grows, and you begin to crave it more than the scrolling, believe me. So maybe this is where we begin, right? With more shared meals, more intentional moments, more screen free evenings. Because the truth is, the unwinding, the comfort, the clarity that we're searching for, it is not in our phones. It is sitting right there with the people we love. I really hope we could resonate with you, because every feeling is valid in motherhood. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow us for more such content.